What's up, everybody? It's Mike here from The Art of Guitar, here to show you the L shape that seems to help a lot of my students learn chord progressions. Of course, you can go very deep and just study theory and eventually learn this, but sometimes it's fun to have a little bit of a trick to get into it. For the first part, we're going to talk about the L shape, but on the website, we're going to make the T shape available as well. So I like to use visual concepts like shapes and letters and all that because it really helps people remember things, and it's a quick way to get sort of a jump start on some ideas, and then we fill in the theory later so you can fully understand it. First of all, in order to really optimize this lesson, you're going to want to know your notes on your 6th string and your 5th string. So if you can go E, F, F sharp, G, and so on, that's huge. If you don't quite know that stuff, you can learn all that on the website as well. But for right now, I will try to guide you through as much as possible using fret numbers too, okay? So let's go to the 6th string, 3rd fret. That's going to be G, okay? You probably know that because when you play an open G chord, it's your first note. Well, for a couple seconds, we're just going to see it as a single note here. So there's your G note. It's the beginning of the L shape. So now what we're going to do to complete this shape is we're going to go to the very next string, the 5th string, 3rd fret, play that note. That's C. And now we're going to bring it forward 2 frets to the 5th fret of the 5th string, that's D. So you end up with G, C, and D. So here's what we're going to do with that concept for now. We're going to have the short L and the long L, the extended L later. So this will be part of the short L. Okay, so we have G, C, and D. For today, at this level, we're just going to think of all 3 of these as major chords, okay? So let's turn this single note into a full G chord. You could do it as a bar chord. If you don't quite know your bar chords, you can also do power chords for now. That's what Green Day would do. Then let's move to the next string, C. We could do the C major bar chord from there, or the power chord, and then move it forward to the 5th fret, D. D power chord, D full chord. So we have G, C, and D. Those chords go together. They're in thousands of songs. So that's why what I say in the description is this is a good way to unlock thousands of songs. Many songs, thousands of songs are built off of these 3 chords. You can move them to different keys, but for right now, we're just going to stay with G, okay? So this becomes our major chord, our main chord, G. The C becomes our next major chord. Some musicians would call that the 4 chord because it's the 4th note of the major scale. And then the 5 chord would be the D. Of course, if you guys know these as open chords, now you can convert that over, jump off the L shape, and just play those 3 chords. So you go G, C, D. Which I'm sure you've done a lot if you've played guitar for a little bit, okay? All right, so that's an easy way to find 3 chords that go together. So if you're trying to write a song or just come up with a progression, that's a great way to go. You do not have to always go in that order. You can do the L shape backwards if you want. So you can go D to C to G, and that's in songs like Sweet Child of Mine, Can't You See, Sweet Home Alabama. They would go more like... Take those 3 chords and just play them as open chords, and you really hear it. That's a very common sound. So whether you play the L shape forward, backwards, you start in the middle and go whatever direction you want to go, you're going to hear a lot of songs coming out of that shape. Okay, so that's the first part of this L shape idea. If you want to in the future, like I said, you could move it to different keys. So let's say you wanted to write a song in A. You would just move everything up 2 frets. So you would start here, then you would go here, then go across. That's your little L shape up there, okay? So that's just a side note in case you wanted to write in different keys. It's also a great way to learn your notes going up the neck and learn which chords go together because the 3 major chords are very important to know in every song. Okay, the extended L shape is a lot of fun. So we started on G before. We went to C. Went to D. We called that the short L. If we extend the L, we're going to go up 2 more frets on the 5th string. So now we're on the 7th fret. So that's going to be E. So the 4 notes we have now are G, C, D, and E, the extended L. The cool thing about the extended L is the very last note here that we just said, E, is going to be your only minor chord for right now, okay? So if you know the minor bar chord from here, great. also known as the relative minor of that key, which is the key of G in this case. So throwing a couple more extra bits of theory out there for you guys, so in the future you'll know how to put it all together. Let's go ahead and play those 4 chords. We have G as our 1 chord, then we have a C major, then a D major, then an E minor. So if you kind of mix those up a little bit, you would hear a lot of songs coming out of it probably. Lots of 90s songs go like that. Okay, so not just that, but tons of songs, even songs that are written today, they all revolve around these same chord concepts, okay? So once again, if I use the musician, the Nashville numbering system, we have the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and now the 6 chord. So out of the 7 chords that people usually find when they first start to study chord theory in each key, we know 4 of them now. And they're actually 4 of the most important chords that most songwriters use when they're writing songs. So this puts you on a great path to get started. Let's take this last idea of the extended L. Try to remember what chords they were, G, C, D, and E minor, and actually play around with them in open position now. So you can go G, C, D, E minor, and then you could mix them up any way you want to, okay? You can get some Taylor Swift songs if you want. Very common sound, okay? Let's mix it up. Let's go 1 chord to 6 to 4 to 5. So that's the L shape that gets you started with chord progressions in a very big way. Like I said, we're going to move on to the T shape now. We're going to do that on the website. So if you want to check that out, check out theartofguitar.com, and we'll see you guys over there. If not, I hope you learned a lot from the L shape, and you can still do a lot with just that one shape. So don't worry about it, but it is cool to know both shapes because then you have a lot more possibilities and places to play things, okay? All right, guys, take care.